Salud mi gente, your boys coming through once again. Before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit the like, subscribe to the channel. For those who've been showing love and support, I do highly appreciate every single one of you guys, man. So CDCR has done it again, this time in Pelican Bay State Prison, level 4180, the home of the straight shooters, man. The three individuals that I'm about to name are lifers. They're in prison for 187s of their own. And what I'm about to explain, that is the daily life of prison, man. Especially when it comes down to a level 4 180. I don't know how many of you guys been in prison. I hope not that many. And I don't know how many of you guys been in a level and design like this, which I believe is just a handful. You know, for those who've been in places like this, you understand that you have to behave and act in a certain manner. You have to walk a straight line, learn how to speak, and conduct yourself like you're supposed to. Professionalism. If not, that could cost you your wind. And you know what I'm talking about. Does not matter if you were right there for 6 months, a year, 10 years. The longest you've been like right there, man, is the more embedded it gets into you, right? Once, maybe if you go right there for 6 months, a year, maybe you just brush it. It is what it is. But once you've been living in places like this, it's embedded in you. And you can only see a character of calibers like this, you know? It is what it is. So, on November 2nd, 2025, around 12:30 p.m., everybody's in the day room, right? They're releasing. Everybody's grouped up with their own people, walking around, going to different cells, you know, passing stuff, whatever the case might be. This is a 180, so the day room is smaller than the 270. And all of a sudden, right, you already know this conversation was, there was a conversation that took place before this happened. So there was a handful of people, they knew what was going to happen, except the victim. So as people are walking day room, right, doing small talk, other people are just waiting for the moment that we're talking about, and where two individuals were gonna remove another guy that he shouldn't be in that place, right? In reality, he shouldn't be on that place. So as they see Rodrigo Gomez, which is the victim, walking, not by himself, but he's walking with Raul Garcia, who's gonna be one of the attackers, and Francisco Ramirez, who's gonna be the second one. They're just having a conversation, small talk. Rodrigo Gomez, he don't know what's gonna happen, but the other two, they do know. They're thinking about how it's gonna be the best way to do this, how he's gonna do the most damage on this person, right? So when they come to that conclusion, somebody has to start, and they do, by punching him, hitting him, grabbing him by the shirt, holding him, as the other one is just poking him. Boom, boom, boom. Going in and out like nothing. With that sharp ass metal, man. Sharp ass metal. Hitting him super fast, man. Multiple hits. One of those guys, man, the one using the weapon, trust me, he knows where to hit. He knows how to hit it. Most likely he's steady to do those lethal hits. And whatever he's steady, it worked. Eventually the CO saw that. The tower, tell everybody to get down. And in their fashion, you know. Get the fuck down, motherfucker. Get the fuck down. Everybody's looking around for those who were not paying attention, which I don't think is that many. People do pay attention on those places. The floor towers rush into the incident. By the time they rushed, they got to the spot. Everybody's down. The damage has been done, and the thing about this is that they got on top of Rodrigo Gomez to do the chest compressions, man. The other two individuals got cuffed up as Rodrigo Gomez was sent to the outside hospital. He was pronounced unalive. Most likely he was unalive right there at the spot. They just once they pronounce him unalive is when they stop doing the chest compressions. This is the reality of CDCR, man, especially in those places, man, and where people don't play around. Once you see something like this, you cannot take it out. You cannot take it from your head, man. Not a lot of people have lived this, and trust me, this makes you callous to anything. A person who been in the system and have witnessed stuff like this, don't worry about that person. Oh, gotcha. That's it, right? Gotcha. But more gotcha, you just messed up my program. Now I'm gonna go on lockdown because whatever you did messed up my program. So you deserve what you got coming, man. What they did to you, you deserved it. That's how a lot of people think, right? I don't know if it's because of the way that everybody thinks, but in reality, we learn to worry about us. Who cares about the next man? If the next man is affecting our program, man, screw him. Screw him, These two individuals, right, who are lifers, who were the victimizers, they both came from LA County, right? One came into the system in 2008 as a lifer, which was Garcia. The other one, Ramirez, it was a LWAP. I forgot to write down when he came in, right? But they've been in the system for quite a minute, so they know the ropes. They know how you're supposed to behave. These are Sureños. These are people who have put in work. And as for the victim, man, he was a lifer he was a lifer as well. He came into the system in August 2025. When he was in the county, he escaped from the county. Which it was in Imperial County. He got an extra 4 years for that. I don't know what happened, but most likely his case, him escaping was on the news, right? Now, the thing that I found interesting on this individual, on this inmate who became got unalive, is that he just came into the system in August of 2025. Meaning that he hit reception in August. For those who know about the system, most likely you last 2 months in reception. 2 months, right? So we're talking about August, September, October. 2 months. He landed in Pelican Bay State Prison in November. And this is when this took place. I can almost guarantee you that this guy was within 2 weeks in that place. Once he was clear from committee to be able to program with everybody. Because remember, once you get transferred to a spot, you cannot come up for 2 weeks, right? You have to see your counselor. You have to be clear. And somebody cleared this man to touch down on this level 4 180. Now, the reason why they hit him, we're never gonna know. But we can assume something, right? Because what would be the reason? He just came into the system, new to this place, and for somebody to move on him in that seriousness, I think it's gonna be more than not wanting to work out with the fellas, not wanting to clean up the sink. That's gonna be more than that, guarantee that, because they were trying to take his win, which they did accomplish. What I'm thinking is that he has something in the jacket, something that maybe through reception slide through, right? Maybe didn't pay attention too much. I don't know. Once he hit this Pelican Bay State Prison Yarda building, somebody had to say something. Most of the time that information comes from from the COs, or somebody gets the CDC number, do whatever background check, and get the information, right? The information was received. And the fellas, the Sureños, went ahead and put in some work because that guy couldn't be on that yard. Could not walk with the caliber of people that walk on those yards. This is the reality of CDCR, man. This is the reality of places like this, man. So I do not advise people to go to prison. I do not advise people to go to prison because look at this guy. Didn't even make it 3 months, 3 full months. So with this being said, we are out to next video. Saludos a todos. Have a wonderful day. Wish nothing but the best to you and your loved ones. Saludos.